Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less. Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? For starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Have you decided where you will go from here?
Our drink
If not,
recommendations?
why not
Well,
find a
for
patch of
starters,
soft grass
I
and
recommend
rest
you
a
drink
while?
less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Can't live life without a little spice.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the
Even when the night is gone,
life without a
and even
little
when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate
Here's the
prices,
thing.
go find a
You
flea
can't live
market.
life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
these are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
These are bounties.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
These are
Our
bounties.
drink
If you want
recommendations?
to negotiate
Well,
prices,
for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less. Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you
Our drink
do not
recommendations?
understand,
Well,
just ask me and I will explain.
I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices. Fight.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations?
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I can have it to watch.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If you want to negotiate prices.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I can
Here's
have
the
it
thing.
to watch.
You can't live life without a little spice.
Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices.
Our drink recommendations?
You can't live life without a little spice.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices. Find a flea market.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters,
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You
Or
can't
some
live life
information?
without a little spice.
our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not
Our drink
understand,
recommendations?
just ask me and I will
Well,
explain.
For starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's
Our
the
drink
thing.
recommendations?
Can't live life
For
without a
starters,
little spice.
I recommend you drink less.
these are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. You
Our
can't
drink
live life
recommendations?
without a little spice.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
For starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. Can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations?
Even when the night
For
is gone,
starters, I
and
recommend
even
you
when the
drink less.
sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
A drink? Or some
These are
information?
bounties.
Either way,
If
I'd
you
be
want to
happy to
negotiate
oblige.
prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Have you decided where you will go from here?
Recommendations?
If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
These are bounties. If you want to
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You
Our
can't
drink
neglect
recommendations?
have a little spice.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Even when the night is gone,
Our
and
drink
even when the
recommendations?
sky is hidden
Well,
from
for
view,
starters, I
still the
recommend you drink
moon
less.
shines its light upon you.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters...
If ever you find that the
I recommend you
animals in
drink less.
Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Negotiate prices. Go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Negotiate prices.
Here's the thing.
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Our drink recommendations? Well,
Even when
for
the night
starters,
is gone,
I recommend you
and
drink
even
less.
when the sky is hidden from view,
Here's the thing.
still the moon shines its light upon you.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. You can't
drink
live life without
recommendations?
a little spice.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Negotiate prices. Go find a flea market.
A drink or some information there. Either way, I can have it.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
Bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a
Our
little
drink
spice.
recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Our drink recommendations?
Here's the thing.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations?
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? For starters, I recommend you drink less.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
Recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view,
Here's the thing.
still the moon shines its light upon me.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. Can't
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Here's the thing. You can't have a little spice.
Hey there. For a drink or two? Or perhaps a night?
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices,
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't have a little spice.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Our drink recommendations?
these are bounties.
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
These are bounties.
Our drink
If you want to
recommendations?
negotiate prices,
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not,
Can't live life.
why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view,
Drink less.
still the moon shines its light upon you.
These are the bodies. If you want to negotiate prices, find a flea market.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink
Here's
less.
the
Or
thing.
some information.
Can't look less than a little spice.
These are the bodies. If you want to negotiate prices, find a flea market.
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing. You can't look less than a little spice.
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while?
These are the bodies. If you want to negotiate prices,
Our drink recommendations? Well,
Here's
for
the
starters, I recommend you drink less.
these are the bodies. If you want to negotiate prices,
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Operissos. Sì, Orelicos. Chiamano infatti si Il mio sei una sinistro. Sembri che tu...
Hand it over. That was mine from the first.
Tutto mi mettorai desmerte.
You're a fool. You again.
What the? It's stronger than before.
It escaped again. This situation speaks for itself, I presume.
We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigisato passa sax, intili poduftos. In necritus necrus baptisi, cenis ondes tu zonos pentusi. Osesticos palatin pirantur resuricum, torpirtu aethion veratum.
Potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, how laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia! It's like I'm returning to the moon. Wait, it's not that bad, is it? I sense the moon's power within you.
We got the moon marrow back from the Fatui. Can it help you in any way?
And what do you require this time? Come on, don't even think about that. Right now, you gotta focus on getting better.
I might...
Well, that's...
Sluggish, torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything again.
Let me guess. The flowers here blew... Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then.
Columbina! What did you do that for? But he still broke through, did he not? What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the Eternal Moon Goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves. And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please, call me Flint's. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
Still, what do we do now? Riri's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least.
My strength still isn't returning.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few
Is there, still time for me to...
Flint's, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Columbina! What are you doing here? Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me? Yeah, but aren't you afraid the v.Luna will see you? Sandrone seems uninterested.
Interesting. You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right! Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rarer, though. If only he was gone for good.
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn has been looking for you.
The Wild Hunt? Oh, uh-oh. Come on, let's go!
This research looks promising indeed. This research looks promising indeed.
Boris, protect us. The world wishes you well. heart, you toil not in vain.
Care for a dance?
Gather! Bow your head.
Dance with me!
Stabilize!
Be a good audience, won't you? Not done yet. The curtain falls.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here? Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol.
And we're sure that Rerir did. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will—
Traveler, there wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing—
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Ooh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have—
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that—
That actually sounds about right.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it.
Well, I do have a little hunch about somewhere like the Eye of Craddy, or the Pillar of Embla.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis.
I agree, we should split up.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your...
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky, but I guess we don't have much choice, right? And if we do run into Rear?
That's when you follow the 3rd rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the 3rd rule was go with the flow?
I don't know.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rear...
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
Nor... Even when the night is gone, and even when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you. Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Ugh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or
He's been biding his time for...
No idea.
All we can do now is hope that I know when Anefa Wait, he's actually here? I didn't...
No, it's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
No time for questions. Stop him!
This on it!
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out! Barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the Moon Goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the Traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be—
A counter-strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our—
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but—
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess.
We can't just roll over and let him get—
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after— Besides, she'd pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be—
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the Moon Goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient Bygone era, in which they came into being. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. But this method of recovery is painful.
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's...
Leave this place.
Be silent.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
You on this!
Beware the creatures of the night.
They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
The rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape. This goes on much longer.
Fear the dark. Close your eyes.
For the everlasting forest. Forest, protect us.
Be silent.
Close your eyes. To dust.
Insulation chamber deployed. Preparing for dust them.
Leave this place. Like Frost Moon hope.
Beware the creatures of the night.
Be silent.
To dust. Observe. Night falls.
For the everlasting forest.
Ding dong, water
Cleanup sequence.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
How are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvarnir? Oh, you're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste. Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and aka the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than...
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any train. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if...
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. But now that a new variable has come into play...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad... That said, while I was explaining everything just now...
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, The bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rarer in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The Iridescent Moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow?
I know a way, but... we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rarer's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, people's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerability. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now.
It's true. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead...
But where would we even start?
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarer. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nodcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say,
I can't put a price on something like this. If you insist on compensation.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please, I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nogcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day. So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything. I promise it's nothing big. It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time, and whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry? No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway? Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then? As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before some... Have you held any tea parties lately? Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino. I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one at first, Rosaline? Now you? I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than the multi-centenarian goddess, who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings? You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Well, duh. Why else? Watching... Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. We'll pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people. I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing... I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
Guess that's our cue to leave?
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer.
Huh? What do you mean?
Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area! I'll handle this.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in a weapons system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the second floor. Stare all you want, Columbina. I know. But thank you anyway, Sandra. This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top. and hold the line! Than I thought. Whatever. This is where the real fun begins. Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put you all back together again. I promise. Finally, the Ranger himself. Time to... Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon side.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's...
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Quit grabbing me. I genuinely can't run any further.
Hey.
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee.
See, look how easygoing she is.
Dori Sangama Bay?
If you want to make it big in Notcry, it's all about connections. It was back when I first arrived in Notcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short of. At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking tough.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't if you're willing to wait.
Then let me put it another way.
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No. This is for my personal use only.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1 million mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari, unless this passed for luxury Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope
They didn't sign their name.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. But if he invites me again...
The Lindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy.
Grain has to be imported, and that would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
making a big purchase. He really is a professional, despite what he's become. Did Rerir rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away.
This is just trivial sentimental. The burial place of a fallen moon.
Rerir, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, v.Luna here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed?
It's nothing.
v.Luna, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
v.Luna showed up today, too. You know, Daneslef's older brother.
Ah, Mr. v.Luna. Yes, I've heard of him.
He overheard Daneslef mention that I'd recently proposed, and...
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes, Reverie. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Reverie. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but...
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like v.Luna and Daneslef, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but what becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis, It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together.
See? You just need to stay positive, Reverie. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Felindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas...
That's not entirely true. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we act. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues. Take care, Rehir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. Thalindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very concerned. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif. I've investigated this whole area now. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately. Not long ago, the Rehir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rerir's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! I gotta admit, though...
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time, and luckily we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too, especially the group with the travel.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know Boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent.
Protect us.
Gather!
Stand with me!
With one heart, we pray.
Silence! Be sanctified.
Leave this place.
Dissipate!
Solidify! Stabilize! Bow your head. Gather!
Stand with me!
Here.
Silence! Stabilize!
Flores, protect us.
Dissipate!
Settle down! Let the mighty be humbled!
Leave this.
Gather!
Solidify!
You poor lost lamb for the everlasting forest.
Silence!
Stabilize!
Our bond is strong.
We'll need a strategy.
Gather!
Allow me!
Leave this place.
Settle down! Be sanctified.
Stabilize!
Rest and rebuild!
Gather!
Covenant of the Deep!
You poor lost lamb.
Bow your head.
With one heart, we pray.
Let the mighty be humble!
Silence!
Leave this place.
Solidify!
Hold the line!
Bow your head. Gather!
Rest and rebuild! Billowing surf!
You poor lost lamb for the everlasting.
Silence! Be sanctified.
Crumble!
Leave this place.
The tides beckon.
Stabilize!
Forest, protect us with one heart.
Settle down!
Gather!
Covenant of the Deep! Allow me!
Leave this place.
Silence!
Poor lost lamb.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Solidify!
Leave this place. By the frost moon of all.
Hold the line!
Settle down!
Poor Master.
Tor, interrupt you! Rest and rebuild!
Bow your head. Gather!
Hold the line!
Solidify!
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra Abyssos. Huh? That's not the price we agreed on.
Dear Miss Yehoda, if you manage to return the object of your next commission intact, then I assure you your reward will be paid in full.
It wasn't my fault.
Might I also ask that you don't spread so much misinformation?
I wasn't.
The master bandit who has stolen from every...
That was just me trying to sound cool. That woman takes herself too seriously.
The fixer who protects all of Nasha Town.
I was talking about Boss Neff.
Regardless, Miss Yehoda.
I know.
Perhaps you could take a few pointers from our experienced adventurer here.
The Traveler? But you're gonna need to wait for me to take this reward back to Boss Neff first. She ain't gonna be happy that it's not the full amount. I feel a lecture coming.
Perhaps this treasure has been waiting for you all along.
Rest and rebuild!
Forest, protect. Leave this place. The world wishes you well. Yeah. Have you... But if...